The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Brassjazz, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show. Heat win! We won 3 in a row. And to think, people are out here saying, don't be fooled. I mean, this team is clearly one of the best teams in the entire NBA. I don't know who would say that shit about don't being fooled. We're rolling right now. It's good to get some health. We got some health back to this squad. We've been wanting that all year. And sure, the Spurs aren't great. But who cares? Who cares? This was a decisive win. We won by 20 points. That hasn't happened a lot this season. Our defense was really, really good tonight. This was, Eric said at the end of the game, our 21st opponent that we held under 100 points tonight. That is really impressive. And this team we had a bit of a resurgence from Tyler. I think Tyler was sort of, maybe he saw some of our tweets. I don't know. Granted, a lot of those points came in the fourth quarter, but when we were already kind of up. But it is good. It's really, really good to see a game like this from Tyler Hero. He needed a confidence boosting game, and I think we got it tonight from him. This was a fun one all around. So we're gonna bring me out brass. We're gonna see who else we got on the show today. Alf. Oh, by the way, Alf is off. Very late last minute scratch. He's in health and protocols, I guess. Well, really, I should specify. He got his second shot of the vaccine, so he's a little under the weather right now. It kind of hit him hard. It happens, but still, get vaccinated. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Enough of this. Let's go around. Let's see what everyone's drinking tonight. All right, we are feeling good tonight. Good tonight. All right. So Joey, what are you drinking tonight?
No alcohol tonight, just a water, which is basically the Spurs of liquids, just very consistent, boring, and just gets the job done.
Yeah, makes sense. It's always kind of there.
Yeah.
Even though, it's not very thrilling.
We need it.
Yeah, we don't really need the fucking Spurs, but Tiff, what are you drinking tonight?
Tea.
You guys are going hard tonight, I can tell. Siobhan, come on. Don't let us down. What are you drinking tonight?
This is tequila and pineapple juice. And this is actually a new wine that was picked up today. Not really. This is a German word. It's where it's from, but Chateau Sweet Michel. Can you see that?
Okay.
Can you see that? It's good stuff. It's really nice.
All right. Proud of you. Johnny, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm going with the classic, man. I'm going with the water on the rocks.
What the hell, man?
I'm fasting. I promised myself I wasn't supposed to be on today. I promised I was going to go on a 7 a.m. fasted run tomorrow. I can't break that for hangover time. I need my health in order, Brass.
Yo, somebody said in the chat, no Alf, the team is in shambles.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
I mean,
lost our
never get away with this.
Lost our identity.
I'm kind of upset. I'm upset at something. It's fine. I mean, whatever. It's
You're the
one of
substitute
those
teacher.
Yeah, I am. I made a Sazerac because I think some people were a little, I don't know, been kind of somewhat annoyed at my tiki drinks and some of my drinks lately. Even like people were upset last time I had egg whites in a drink. Get over it, people. That's like,
no, you're right. Egg whites in a
excellent.
drink are great. Yeah,
they're really, really good. So anyway, so cheers, everybody. Cheers to this big Heat win.
Yep.
That looks like a potion.
Right.
It looks like a potion that like a witch would make.
Well, it does have some absinthe in it, so
I have some absinthe.
Kind of makes you feel a little funny.
It looks like something you'd buy in The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
You'd barter for that. You'd barter for that drink.
You're not wrong.
How many rubies was it? Yo, shout out to Curtis Hero for the gifted tier 1 sub.
Oh, thank you so much, Curtis. You're awesome. Yeah. So, hey. So, Tiff,
Yes.
Headband Jimmy. What do we think? Yes? No?
No.
Hate it.
It didn't
No,
last
that's the
very
reason why
long.
he exactly. That's the reason why he didn't come back with it. He's like, fuck this headband. Look at my fresh cut.
This cut is fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. That was a little weird. Did he's got to make a comment about that in the post game, right? I mean, he's got to say something. Has he ever worn a headband?
He did with Philly.
Yeah.
Remember he had but it was like the ninja.
I blocked that
Yeah,
out.
those
Fuck
are
Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tie behind,
Yes.
the tennis headband,
Yeah. But
the Skylar Dickens.
this game tonight, as I said before, the Spurs are not a team I was particularly afraid of going into this. And it's another game we should have won, but we did. And again, it was a decisive one. Dwayne Deadman, another excellent performance tonight.
Mr. Deadman.
I think, he was a plus 17 for the night. I mean,
Right.
this guy is giving you exactly what we need. He's giving us size. He's plugging in some of those minutes when Bam is out. He's giving him a little time, and it's really, really good to see. Siobhan, what do you think about Tyler's performance tonight?
I think that it's so I hope he's encouraged by it. I hope that what he gave us 13 tonight. I hope that he, his confidence starts to come back a bit. Truth be told, I'm a little bit like you in the thought that a lot of his buckets kind of came toward the end of the stretch where it was pretty much out of hand. But nonetheless, I hope seeing himself, generate some scores is a mentality that he carries over. I hope he just relaxes or whatever it is, whatever his mental hiccups are right now. I hope he maybe was able to slough a little bit of those off tonight.
Yeah, and it's so good to see this team with a except for Oladipo, of course, really. His team is starting to get a little healthy. Unlike the rest of the league right now, I mean, Trae Young going down tonight is pretty devastating for the Hawks. I mean, this season sucks.
Yeah.
Let's just call it like it is. This season is awful, and it's a joke, and it's like some sick experiment by Adam Silver. I don't approve of this at all. Trae. We were blaming a lot of these injuries on shortened off seasons. I mean, that's not Trae's case, of course, because Hawks. But that sucks because they were looking really good. I mean, they were a 4 seed, right? They were a 4 seed, and then the Knicks beat them tonight. It took Trae Young going down for them to do so. But anyway, screw other teams. I really don't care about other teams. I'm all about the Heat. So, Joey, what are you thinking about Duncan Robinson? Didn't have a super great shooting night from 3 tonight, but how did you feel about his play, at least defensively tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think, finishing with 10 points, I think he was kind of just he set up a lot of other people, even though he had only 1 assist. It felt like he had more throughout the whole game. I feel like G could probably speak more to that, probably about like passes and stuff.
I think G would want to talk about just about anything. I don't know. G,
explain the hockey assist again.
No, you
want
don't
the hockey
fucking
assist?
explain that. No,
No.
I will kick you out
No.
so fucking fast, Johnny. No one cares.
Quickly, I want to give another shout out to Curtis Hero for giving another tier 1 sub. Also,
double shout out.
Double shout out. And also, I'm sure that somebody just really wanted us to read this name. Genital69 subscribed to the Prime sub. So you got us to say a shout out to you. Thank you. And Mr. Duck also re-upped their Prime sub. So shout out to Mr. Duck. And,
I'm glad it was you, G. I'm glad it was you. That
I was
read that
excited to
comment.
read that. I've been waiting. To be honest with you, I was waiting to get called out.
It's not the first time you've read that, I'm sure. Yeah, we definitely had a bit of a situation. Crotty hit us with a few of those tonight. We had a
short clock situation, a switch situation, travel situation, wide open situation.
And this one, and
this
this
is all from tonight. Again,
that was all from tonight. This is all from tonight.
God.
But I want to say this. So I pulled this one, and he didn't say situation, but I was kind of interesting where he was going on this one.
Bam's 6'9". He's got to go at Johnson. It's just too
Whoa.
much size and
Nice.
strength, and Bam's got to keep pounding it inside like that. Love that move by him with the right hand. Soft about that.
Nice.
Yo, that was
There's nothing
NC.
wrong.
That was NC 17.
And I totally didn't cut that up at all. Like that was. No, I'm kidding. I absolutely cut that up.
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that out of context. We got to clip that out of context. Brass, do you have the Eric Reed thing from the beginning of the game?
No, I don't.
Were you able to get?
I couldn't find that. I couldn't.
Oh man, that was funny.
What did he say? What happened?
Yeah, what did he say, G?
So Derek White took a 3 and he goes White firing, and I'm like, I don't know in this political climate, but I don't know.
It was Eric that said that.
That was Eric.
John,
Because he does say that. A reason firing. You know what I mean?
Did Crotty do a fist pump? Anyway, Tiff,
like a mini
Yes.
short.
going back to Duncan for a second. So,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? We were talking a little bit today about next season, and who would you rather see on this roster going into next season? And would that be Tyler or Duncan? Because I feel like you could have had a change of heart recently.
I can only keep one, obviously, because they're gonna make a trade for somebody.
Right.
At this point, I'm keeping Duncan. Bring me out.
Enough said.
Let's
go. I said what I said.
I
I mean, that's a bit of a change of heart for me. I mean, not that you were always a huge, I don't know if you believed in necessarily the short-term ceiling that the Heat sort of build up for Tyler, but I
don't listen to the hype. I'm just watching what I see, and like Duncan has literally made in-season progression.
big ones.
In a horrible season. Like he has improved in every area of the game. So it's kind of like if you're gonna acquire a point guard, which they probably will, you're gonna need somebody else to space the floor. And who else are you getting? You're not getting Steph. So who's next?
Yeah.
Sure wish we'd get Steph. I mean, Steph's
Yeah,
gonna get paid coming up, man.
Yes.
Holy hell. He's out of his mind. Siobhan,
Yep.
so you had some plays you wanted to break down. You ready to do some of your breakdown?
Sure.
Oh, hold on. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
So before we begin, we got 3 offense here, 1 defense. No real central theme to this game, just a few things that interest me and that I found fun to look at. Go ahead, Brass. First one, so boom, they're running a break, pause. So they're running a break, it kind of flattens out. You'll see, I think this is Kendrick up here near the ref, near the scorer's table. He'll either, I think Will's out, he spaces out somehow, and you have the Jimmy Bam 2-man game. Go ahead, Brass. And pause. Soon as Bam catches it, his first move was an aggressive move, and it was just a little like body movement, and that's all I needed to see for me to see that like he still is, he's bringing along that aspect, that toughness that Jimmy was kind of talking about, that we saw him, play with the physicality the last game or so. Go ahead. Catches it, gives him a swift, some motion, backs him down, and 1. Jimmy said you either gonna foul, dunk on somebody, or miss a shot. Like it's only but so many options there. He got fouled and made the shot. Keep going. What's this? Some defense. All right, watch this one time through. All right, and then bring it back one more time. Who do you guys think was wrong here? Who blew this? Who messed this up? Who blew their assignment?
Oh, was it Tyler? I don't know.
So, go
My
ahead. Tim.
keyword's dead. I would have answered, but I was like, why am I not typing?
Go ahead. Tim.
Go ahead.
No, just simple, subtle. Right here, pause. Jimmy turns his head. Jimmy loses him, and it's one thing to kind of turn your head and still kind of have a feel where they are. This dude White is beyond Jimmy's peripheral at this point, so he's lost to Jimmy. And just a quick motion, he like goes as he sees going away. Just beelines down the lane. Go ahead, right there. Small, just something that I caught. Jimmy, just small. Like they say, basketball is like a game of inches. It could be like literal inches of body movement, one way or another, neck turn, and you get blown.
Yeah, but in his defense, I mean, in terms of like turning his head, he's wearing the headband for it's been a while since he's worn that, so it kind of throws off his range of motion.
So it's his fault. He shouldn't have put that shit on. I hated it.
He should know.
When I first saw it. A couple more. Go ahead. Oh, this one I just like. Jimmy in the post. I love that they're getting more aggressive. They're getting more physical in the low post area. Bam is. Jimmy is always played with the level of it. I've talked about Trevor and Andre being down there recently, and it's just good to see. Put smaller guys on the back, make them foul you, make them guard you, make them collapse, and we have smart people who can pass out, and we have enough motion around the post to get some stuff out of that. And last one, this was the correct call when it was overturned. I know we hated it, but we're gonna look at it because it's fun to look at. This 2-man motion
Pocket
here,
pass.
and by But yeah, I don't care that it was a foul. Give it to me again. I don't care if it was a foul.
Got the replay version here.
Oh, that's a great pass. That's a great pass, and that's what he needs to be doing. He had like 5 dunks tonight. Yeah. Just be a physical. I'm not asking. That's it, Brass. I'm not asking him to, again, go out and put out, so much more level of exertion and energy. Just there's small places that he could optimize himself better, and maybe he'll continue to.
I love how Bam is. He's getting more physical, and that's what we have wanted from him, and he's shown that lately. And I mean, because he's got the skill set to do that. I mean, he's a brick shithouse. I mean, he's 6'9", but he's rock solid, man.
Watching the Spurs stream again, I like to watch all the visitor stream. They were talking about how he's just an otherworldly type of find. His, like you said, the skill set, switchblade, the defensive prowess. He has ball skills. His mid range is impeccable. His touch from there is crazy. Like, he has so many things, and I hope he just continues to bring the physicality to it too.
Yeah, this was not a great game for KZ Okpala, though. I mean, I guess they're KZ.
Can I piggyback on some of the Duncan stuff off that last play? His pocket passing has been absolutely outrageous the last couple weeks, and he's been really smart at seeing when that second defender is going to come up for the double. I think when the switch comes and Bam is slipping, he sees that a lot earlier because as Nekias Duncan always says, how do you beat a switch with a slip? And he's seeing that early. He's giving up the ball when he has to. When they double him and trap him, when that second man comes, he's hitting that pocket early, cleanly. He's been unreal doing that. And not to mean, but I mean, they got a few hockey assists off Bam in the short roll. That help man comes when Bam is rolling to the paint. He kicks it out to the corner man. And today, honestly, Bam could have had legit a triple-double today because he hit a lot of guys in the corner that were wide open that just flat out missed.
Shots,
between, Ariza and Nunn, and Tyler missed a few, and Jimmy missed one. So Duncan's passing, that's like legit game-changing. And I know that they didn't hit a lot of shots early on in the first half, but the quality of looks they were getting, it was a lot of inside out. It was pick and roll, help comes, you're rotating, you're kicking the ball to the corner, the guy's wide open. And that's why those shots eventually drop, because sometimes they'll offense stinks and they're shooting a lot of threes, but it's like stationary side to side, kind of shooting contested, like mid contested shots. Today was different, and got to give Duncan his credit. I know that I've been a Duncan apologist, but some of us have been hard on him and he's deserved it. When the shooting wasn't, at his super elite level, he wasn't doing enough on offense to kind of justify it. And I think the passing has improved, the defense has improved, but I just wanted to give his pocket pass some love.
Well, yeah, and Duncan is out there. I mean, you see him. I mean, he's shouting out plays. I mean, he's really engaged. I think mentally, I think he's improved a great deal on that. He's not just some catch and shoot guy. So I think he's evolving quite a bit as a player.
I love you, Siobhan.
Oh, yeah,
So
you do.
Gucci.
Johnny,
She's
you
a lot
do
smarter
you
than
do
me.
tend to do that. You do love piggybacking off of
Siobhan and
her.
I like to talk about plays, and she picks the stuff I like too, so I get excited.
Fine.
Don't make I feel bad. I'm leaving.
I don't know.
Don't feel bad. Stop it.
We might need to have a meeting about that. For the record, G kicked himself out. I didn't touch shit. I don't want to get blamed for that. So are we gonna see Bjelica again, or what's going on?
I mean,
Yeah.
I tried to tell y'all in the beginning.
I forgot he was on the team. I'll be honest.
I just think that he's just not up to speed yet, which means he's not going to get playing time because they need to win these games, and he's just not. He can't get up and down yet, and I don't know if he has a command of X amount of plays and blah blah blah. But I just never thought he was a good fit, so I don't know. You'll probably see him because we're trying. I guess we're basically resting people on and off, but I don't know if he's going to get any playoff time. Like, I don't see that happening.
I mean, he's a tight fit, but you know,
Mr.
The jersey.
I'm sorry, Siobhan. Sorry, Siobhan.
Hey.
I
No,
didn't
you're
hate
fine.
The jersey.
Yeah, and obviously we didn't see much from Precious tonight either.
People
You know
weren't
why?
expecting much of Deadman.
I
when he
told
got
y'all
here, he got
Precious
here.
wasn't getting any more. Once Deadman came,
Yeah.
Siobhan, you and I had that conversation. What did we say?
Yeah, it's about right for him.
Yeah.
I mean, Deadman
I was
is
flat out wrong.
About who? Deadman.
About who?
I thought Deadman be the third big behind Bjelica and Bam. I thought that like he was just gonna be like a spot minute guy.
He's not ready.
I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
I said that when I was wrong. Totally wrong.
Because he's active. If nothing else, he's more active than Belly, and he understands the fundamentals more than Precious. That's just it. So even if he gave you 3 and 3, he's still going to get those minutes.
Again, we said it many times. This team is not in a position to grow young players.
Right.
They're in a position to win because of Jimmy's timeline. So I think in other seasons, I think they would maybe give some more room for Precious to grow, but I don't see that happening this season.
Right.
I really don't.
In 41 minutes of Dwayne Deadman minutes, he'd have a plus 20 net rating, a 129 offensive rating, and a 110 defensive rating. Conversely, when Bjelica's on the floor, they're minus 6 per 100 possessions, 121 defensive rating.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Crazy whole yell.
And you know what I think about numbers.
But when they back it up,
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
yeah, no, they tell it though. Like you said, Dwayne, he's much more active. He's smarter than Precious. He's more wise. He's been around a little bit more than Precious, clearly. And so, yeah, I think he was always going to get those minutes. I did see that. I saw a space for Belly. I underestimated. I think maybe the level of conditioning that I thought he was in. And I'll be fair and honest about that. I see a way for him to contribute, but I don't think he has the conditioning level yet.
Right.
His release is way too slow for him to be of use to us, and he spaces too far out for his release to take that long. So, but no, Dwayne, Mr. Deadman, that guy is active. He's 30. He's big. He's rugged. At one point, Jimmy was the only dog on the team. I count out Andre too sometimes because he's an old dog. But like Trevor here now, Andre here, and Deadman, you've surrounded kind of a dog and Jimmy and a growing little pup and Bam. And with these older, neighborhood dogs who, understand it and gonna ride with him and that's our young guy, but we got his back.
Right.
I like the makeup of the pieces that they brought in.
Joey, do you have any conditioning tips for Bjelica?
I would shampoo first. No, I don't know. I mean, just eat less and play more, be more active. I mean, you would think that as a professional athlete, you wouldn't be built like that or look like that. But snowflakes are different sizes and different combinations. So he's a snowflake. He's a chubby snowflake.
I mean, not to harp on him too much, but like going forward, this whole like, oh, they won't fit here because like Riley would never take him because of the weight and everything.
Right.
Honestly, the fact that they even brought him in is kind of astounding in his physical state.
Which is why, like, I was under the assumption
Yeah.
that they had a contract like you gonna get in shape. We'll bring you in. But
Well, maybe is that why he's sitting now? He's like,
And
listen,
maybe-
you got to drop,
maybe-
you got to drop like 15 lbs.
he's
I've
getting
never-
wrapped
He's
in
wearing a
that.
sauna suit.
Right.
I've never seen
I saw him
walking.
walking around Biscayne Boulevard in like
It's
trash
not a
bags.
warm up. It's just
He looked like the
Listen,
supervisor. Yo.
James Johnson got sent home from camp because he wasn't at the BMI, and Bjelica gets to just stroll in here and play. I mean, that's white privilege if I've ever seen it.
That's wild. Oh Jesus,
Like,
yeah.
did
I
you
mean,
not- do you have that
in-
Photoshop with
In
the
Pat Riley's America.
You say strolled in, I feel like he rolled in. I mean,
can't spell
Pick and
stroll
rolled
or
in.
roll.
great guy. That great guy.
But not even that. Everybody else is getting the opportunity to play themselves into form.
Yeah.
So even if he's on the sideline riding on the bike and he drops some lbs, now you got to fight for those minutes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Minutes,
Absolutely.
chemistry, timing.
Yeah.
He's gonna be sloppy when he does come back.
So let's talk about a little bit of our schedule coming up because we said, I mean, when we lost to Minnesota, that was a devastating loss because they're one of the two worst teams in the entire NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just flat out awful in every way. So that was a terrible loss. And then we come back and we beat Brooklyn, and that's the start of our three game win streak. Because now we have Atlanta coming up, but I would be stunned if Trae Young comes back for that, since he was helped off the court at the Garden tonight, and then Chicago. In Chicago, San Antonio again. I mean, we could really have a nice little win streak here.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tiff, what do you think? Do you think we have sort of course corrected a little bit? Do you think that they have learned to figure out how to stop losing these stupid games and just kind of buckle down, or are you not fooled?
I think we're in a game by game situation. And which is fine, because that game by game can take you to the first round, to the second round. Everybody's hurt, so there's nothing but space and opportunity in front of them because everybody's hurt. So at this point, all the young guys, they got to just get out there, get their shots up, and just have some sort of confidence about themselves, because this is it. We're in the home stretch, and you can either make some memories or you can take your ass home.
So does everyone feel that way? Basically, at this point, it's just a game by game basis, or does no one here feel like they did anything, they corrected anything?
So I think that this Spurs win is kind of funny because I think this is like one of their better wins of the season. I mean, the Spurs are like not a bad team. They're like now they're under 500 by a game, but I mean they're a quality team in the Western Conference that's in a dogfight for a playoff spot. Like they're not a shit team, and you beat them on the road by 20 points. Like that's a good fucking win. But I mean, let me tell you something. That Houston win. I mean, Brooklyn lost to that shitty ass Toronto team that like doesn't play half their players, right? Like that whatever. You take the win, but they beat a bad Rockets team that at one point in the season lost like 20 games in a row. They're gonna have the Hawks without Trae Young. They're gonna have the Stinky Bulls twice, Spurs again, Cleveland, Hornets with missing like half their team.
Yeah.
You Mavericks, Timberwolves in a revenge game that I don't think that they're just gonna lose that game off of sheer fucking principle. You get the Celtics twice, the Sixers, third to last game of the season. They're probably gonna rest everybody. Bucks, same, Pistons, right? So they can like fucking totally wreck this schedule, and that tells me nothing about who they are, because like it's gonna be a lot of bad teams. That those two Celtic games are gonna be telling. I mean, I know that Celtics are like not the best record, but I do think that those are like gonna be legit playoff level games, and like we're gonna learn the most about this team in those games, and probably that Mavericks game, because the Mavs are really fighting for seeding. So I need to see. I'm not a game by game. I need to see like they need to like really fucking show me something in those games. And they need to get that 4 seed, and they need to like get it convincingly for me to like believe in them.
Yeah, they need to be getting up in these games and then resting players at the end of the games.
Well, so I think it's a little bit of. I think it's a lot of things happen. I think maybe they course corrected a little bit. I almost liken it to your point earlier about, the shots that they were missing in this game today, but that they were good quality shots. Especially if we're in a home stretch where we're resting guys. I don't necessarily mind losing to the slate of games you just read out. Shouldn't be too many losses in there, but we are in the like you said, Tiff, the final stretch. We're resting guys now, and so a loss here, there in this stretch, I don't think is too damning if it's not a convincing loss, but if we have a good showing, if we look like we're doing things that will translate, if we're active, if we're doing things that look like competitive playoff approaching basketball, then maybe we're not in too terrible a shape. And maybe a lot of this season has just been it's been like a really clustered season. 5-game wins here, 6-game losses here, 11 wins here, and so maybe the fans have been riding this really angsty roller coaster of like emotion and stuff, but maybe within the organization they've they feel like they figured it out. They're cool with taking some of these losses if it means, getting some rest, which, this is going to turn out to be more important. So I think we have course corrected a little bit. But I do agree that that maybe, they should be kind of looked at tentatively on a game by game basis until, like you said, they string together more convincing performances.
I mean, they can't take their foot off the gas. We've said it this whole time. Stay out of that fucking play-in thing. Like that's
danger.
I don't feel good about that. Leif is in our comments. What's up, Leif? And yeah, he says 5 seed at best.
That's so doable right there. 10-3 in their last 13. I think
it is doable.
It is. It's absolutely
on the fucking table for them.
But you don't know.
Milwaukee, Boston, Philly. That's your 3 losses.
I'm telling you, but like that Philly game, that third to last game of the season, they're already resting Simmons and Embiid a lot. The Nets are just like in health disarray. That could be they could have the number 1 seed locked up. The Bucks could be stuck at 3. Like we could be like legit looking at like those teams just resting guys, especially in a season like this. I think they're more likely than ever to rest guys, and home court doesn't matter as much. So right. It's gonna be interesting. Their offense looks a little better. Their offense looks like it has a little more punch. And I know that the defense has slipped a little bit. I think that's natural when you kind of focus more on the off. But I do think that when they have to tighten the bolts at the end of games and possessions, they'll be fine. I think that they're probably going to get to 4 or 5. But that offense to me has looked, Goran has a little, not what he was last season, a little bit more than he's shown. Kendrick, Tyler, and Goran in consecutive games kind of come back to life, and I think that's really huge for them. Ariza's kind of finding his stride as a shooter, been really, really good. Duncan has been on a heater. I mean, today's been like the worst game he's had in like a month, and he was still impactful despite not shooting the ball.
Ariza is he's playing so many minutes right now. I never thought Ariza was playing
so bad though. KZ's so bad.
30 minutes.
I know, but I think Ariza's playing too many minutes.
I think he might need it though. Not this many, but I think he needs.
I know he looked but he's the last 2 games he's been loafing a little bit, and I don't mean loafing as in like not trying. I just mean like he's huffing and puffing, getting back and forth down the court.
I think he's the next guy. They've managed this stretch, this 5 games and 7 nights, masterful. Well. And it's probably the first time this season I could say like I think the Heat have done a fantastic job of managing like their guys. They bought themselves a little time. I mean, they really dodged that back to back. Now they're gonna have a rest day. They have to play their guys against Atlanta. That's a huge game for them. And then we'll see against the Bulls.
Ariza is tired because he hasn't played in a year.
Yeah.
No, someone's saying he hasn't played in a year, but that's the reason he is tired.
Yeah.
Because you just like cutting your grass, you're not using the same muscles that you use on the basketball court.
He's out here playing 30 minutes tonight, and Bjelica can't see the court.
Like, I almost think he needs it to lather up. I think he still might be in his little lather. I think maybe like a couple more games.
Oh no, he's definitely still in that trying to get his body back.
Game rest. He might get that game off. I think he gets Saturday off.
What is he lathering up with?
Butter.
Joey, you
That was
ready?
Conditioning.
Yeah.
You ready, Joey? Let's do this.
All right, what's up, guys? I just wrote down a couple of things while watching the game today, and I just wanted to bring them to everyone's attention if no one noticed them. I noticed with John Crotty, he's seems like he's just explaining basketball to people at this point. I mean, I feel like he's just explaining basketball to the blind. He's like, listen, there's two rims every time. You know, there has to be two rims, one basketball. You know, this is a layup. You know, this is a jump shot. Like, he's telling us things that we can all see. We know this. Do you know what I mean? And I heard him talking about the headbands, and he said something like, less is more with me. Yeah, we know. You don't have to tell us. John Crotty, less is more. That's it. And then he always tries to make things sound really cool. Like, he keeps trying to make two-hand crusher stick, and it's just not gonna stick. And he says it funny too. He'll be like, two-hand crusher. It's like, stop trying to make that a thing. It's not a thing. It's a Mean Girls reference, okay? Another thing I noticed, Greg Popovich looks like he should be outside in a storm with a kite, a key, and a fucking jar, because he looks like Ben Franklin. I mean, great. He looks amazing. He looks like Doc Brown from the Back to the Future franchise. He looks like he should be hanging out with a teenager in the middle of the night in a parking lot at the mall.
Whoa.
I mean, that's what Back to the Future is. Don't blame me. But I'd like to finish with just what a big addition Deadman has been. We picked him up from sitting on his porch with his grandchild on his lap while telling a story, and now he's in the games. You know what I mean? It's awesome to see someone whose rookie year was at the Dust Bowl. That was great. To me, he's like a walking heirloom. He's so old. He's like Pennywise. He's just been around forever. But those are the things that I noticed this game. So I'll drink to that.
All right.
He's only 31.
31. That's
131.
outrageous.
I don't believe that.
I wish we still had Solomon on the team, because like the
I
two
love
of them together,
Oh God.
they just look like they've seen some shit. I mean, they're like time traveling buddies.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that.
They
Oh,
will
that's too
fix
far.
Any part.
Oh man.
Oh my
I
god,
met Solomon Hill, friend of the show, Solomon Hill.
I love Solomon.
Chat has made fun of my room relentlessly. I've been told that it looks like an OnlyFans background. What's going on with me?
It's not a background.
That's a compliment.
Your face is it seems a little closer tonight. It's
Is it?
making
I don't
people
know.
a little
I don't-
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm just saying what the people are saying.
I think it's normal.
That's not us. That's the people.
Yeah, hey. Oh man. So
Here.
we do have some additions to the Miami Heat movie tonight, if you are interested.
So
Okay.
on Friday we're running through the whole thing with Cortez, right?
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yes. So
Ryan
yeah,
Cortez
we're
coming
not.
on
Yeah,
Friday.
we do have Ryan Cortez coming on the show this Friday. So he's gonna do the Drip Drop drinking game with us. So please tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell everyone.
What are you doing?
Yeah, this is.
Oh, chat said zoom out. I thought it said zoom in. My bad.
Why the fuck would they ever want you
My
to
bad,
zoom
my
into
bad,
anything?
My bad.
Jeez.
Like my hat?
Come on, man.
Roger
Joey
Federer.
isn't creepy.
They're not telling Joey to zoom out. They're fine
I
with
do
that.
not
so.
miss Mo. Okay, a
Oh
little bit.
man,
A
we
little
didn't
bit, a
wait.
little bit.
Hold on. Stop the music.
We need like a record screen.
The Mo, another 20-point game by Mo. This is amazing. Like, what the fuck is going on?
He needs
Where
the
was
Chamberlain
this?
picture. He needs the Chamberlain picture with
Used to
this
Really?
20 on it.
I mean, we would have had to buy Tiff 2 jerseys if he had that game with us.
We can't afford that. We don't got that kind of budget.
Hell no. No.
Kidding me? You know how much we pay Alf?
Absolutely. Yeah.
God.
No, it's outrageous. But, just in case, so speaking of which, we do have a Patreon. So please,
Support.
you get a lot of
help
goodies with our Patreon. So yeah, please sign up for that.
Can
Anyway.
I wanna do some Harkless things real quick. He
Okay.
played 124 minutes in Miami, had 15 points. He has 291 minutes in Sacramento, has 86 points. Commit.
Jesus.
Yeah, he had 13 total rebounds his tenure here. He has 37 over there.
God damn it.
He
He had
hated us,
two.
bro.
He had
he hated us.
he had
was fucking
0
personal.
free throw makes, 2 free throw attempts. He has 6. He's 16 for 19 over there.
Oh my
He heard me say his headband was too low.
Right. Yo, Steve English said Mo is an asshole, honestly.
He is an asshole. Like, what the hell? We could have
Yeah, he
saved all
sucks.
us so much time.
Yo, he's having
Yeah.
like a career year over there. What's going on?
No,
It doesn't make sense.
incorrect, Steve.
I forget. This season just feels like it's been going on forever, even though it's a shortened season. But was he hurt at all when he was
He
here?
hurt his hip when
He
he
hurt- yeah.
flew at that. In the
Oh, that's
front
right.
When he ran around the wrong
When he was
side.
off the
is that
court
the
during
play he
the
got
game?
hurt on?
No.
No, okay.
It was like 2 games
But
after.
I mean, still, like, outrageous. Honestly, I am definitely on the fuck Mo
I
train.
remember
mean,
when
that's not cool.
when George Sedano was
feels
on like,
personal.
early in the season.
Oh,
and
George.
He
Yeah.
very correctly said, "You guys just find a person to pick on, and that's the guy that you're going." And he's right. Throughout the history of Heat Beat, the last 8 years, that's what we've done. George knows our MO. We just find a dude to pick on.
Listen, Mo as a Heat player was absolute utter dog shit.
Right.
Okay, we knocked it out of the park on
wasn't-
that one. I'm sorry.
Did you know? At least when McBob's left here, he was never good again, right? He just
Right.
like was bad
Yeah, he never-
forever,
yeah.
and yeah, like Harkless has the thing where he was like shit here, and then he goes somewhere else, and you're just like, what's going on?
Brad said he was dog shit. This is just old, crusty white dog shit.
Stand by that. Yeah, with McBob, it was different. You weren't looking at McBob's stats. You were just looking up to see if McBob played
Yeah,
for
exactly.
another
That's
team. It's a
literally
huge
it.
difference.
I mean, like
No
Justice
one's
doesn't look
upset
very
that-
good over there in Memphis. He looked a lot better here. You know,
No
I
one's
know.
upset that DJJ's playing well. Why? Because he gave us effort when he was here.
Right.
Go be great, young blood.
nobody's mad at Derek. Everyone's happy for Derek.
Yes.
I'm
That
happy. I'm happy.
Maurice.
Someone just goes Luke Babbitt, Heat Harkless, and that's honestly true.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely. Although they technically the Heat did sign Harkless twice, just like Luke. Technically, so
They did.
It's kind of the
They
same
did.
thing. Yeah.
They used they used the whole first round pick to get off of him.
That was one of the funniest things. We're all so hyped. Oh my God, Wade is coming back. This is incredible. And then also Luke Babbitt is coming back too. It was like what a day.
That was a bigger deal.
What a day that was. Huge. That was a huge deal.
And Crotty was excited for
And
it.
then
Get
they, like,
70s
weren't
Bruce
the
Jenner on
assholes-
this team.
Weren't the assholes and like dropped the Luke news after Dwayne's?
Damn it, Joey.
I heard it. I wanted.
You tried. I know you just.
I thought we were just moving past that.
Oh damn it. No, that was fucking funny. Anyway, all right. Heat movie. Okay, so we only have a couple of issues. Here, I'll do the last few we did.
Yeah.
For Chris Bosch, we have Jay Farrow from SNL. For Ronnie Cycli, John Hamm.
Oh, that's a good one.
For Jake Busey, we had a recast. We have for Jake Busey. For Birdman, we have Jake Busey as a Birdman recast. For Wayne Ellington, we have Chiwetel Ejiofor, which is one of my favorite ones.
That's perfect.
That's a great
And
one.
for our newer additions tonight, for Mike Miller, we have Mark Wahlberg.
Fantastic.
It's me.
and this one, this is a new player. This is a player that's a new acquisition, and we absolutely love. It's hard to get people to get. Okay. Also, what? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, obviously. I mean,
Perfect.
wait. Popovich isn't Sutherland? Like this whole time, I thought it was like the same person.
haven't
Yeah,
seen
that
them
would be
in the same
amazing.
room.
Greg
That would be
Popovich
that would be
Don
incredible.
Sutherland is excellent by KAU.
Well,
chat.
yeah, because people have been like requesting like a whole bunch of players and other teams, and yeah, I know that in the movie they're gonna need to play people. Oh my God. ASAP 420 said, "Too bad Vivian couldn't Photoshop like Brass." Oh yeah. Oh man, we didn't even touch on that, but we're not gonna.
We're not touching that one.
We're not gonna go there. Anyway,
we did on the podcast. Don't worry.
There you go.
How I made up Brian. Brian's a fake podcast producer. Nobody.
Yes, I listened to that podcast. I knew that. Anyway, for our last edition tonight, we needed an actor. Keep in mind, when this all started and we had heavyweights, we had people that were like titans of like the biggest actors of all time playing some of these roles, because this is awards bait. We wanted to win awards with this movie, okay? This is not some Lifetime shit that we're throwing out there. I mean, this is an Oscar situation, okay? And so some people are like throwing out some suggestions that are like, fine, yeah, I guess they kind of look like it, but we're not going to win anything. So this one, we wanted to find a fantastic actor that matched the look of the age of the player that they're representing. And so, for Dwayne Deadman, we have Sidney Poitier.
Too young. Too young.
Now, if you don't get out of my face.
No?
Mr.
I don't like
Deadman.
it.
Mr.
I'm not.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I'm not on
His
this.
mustache. That's not his beard.
Yeah, chat doesn't like it. Everyone's like,
I want to close
no.
my eyes right now. I hate looking
Eric
at
the
this.
Great likes it. Shout out to Eric the Great.
I mean, but it's hard to find a player that looks the right age.
Brass.
If you move, it like stares at you. If you're moving
Tip,
across
what?
the
Brass.
What tip? What
Brass.
tip?
I'm sorry, but Mr. Deadman out here looking like a raisin in the sun.